It's giving nightmare. It's giving nightmare. Okay, anyway, I tell y'all the story. No, it's not. Okay. Okay, so let me continue the scary story. Okay, so once upon a time, there was a girl. Her name was Olivia. Okay? She was at home by herself. Nobody home. Her parents were at dinner. We're on a date. Date with each other. Okay? Hold on. Okay? Okay, so, and Olivia here's a footstep upstairs, and she's like, what? No one's home. Shouldn't be no footsteps. So she thought it was her aunt or something. Thought it was her aunt, and she called her aunt, and she said, "Hey, Auntie Petunia, are you upstairs?" And she was like, "No, I'm home with the baby." And Olivia was like in shock, because no one was home. And she just heard a random thump upstairs, and she was scared and all that. And then she just played it off the first time. But as the thumps continued, she was getting more confused. She was like, what? And then the thumps started to get louder and louder and louder. And Olivia thought that whatever was upstairs was coming downstairs. And she heard the footsteps get closer and closer and closer. And then, by the time she didn't hear it no more, whatever it was right next to her door. Was right next to her door. And so she was terrified. She was scared. And then she heard her mom's voice. It said, "Olivia, come at dinner." But Olivia already, so it couldn't be her mom. Olivia, she wanted more food. Okay, she didn't want no more. And then her mom always said, "Food's getting cold." And Olivia did not come out of her room. And she locked the door. The door was already locked. Okay? And then she started hearing banging on the door. And then she got on her computer and looked up, what if you hear your mom's voice in your room? Outside of your room. And it said that if you hear your mom's voice while they are gone, it's... So whatever was in her house was a mimic. And she was terrified out of her mind. She did not. She called her dad. She called her Aunt Petunia, and she called the baby. I'm just playing. But she called. She even called. So 911 to her house. Checked through the house. Gone. Nothing. Her mom was probably her mom said, "Oh, Olivia, it was probably a nightmare." Olivia said, "Nope, it was not a nightmare. It was real life." Because it sounded like you gave me left. It told me again. And yeah, but I already ate, so I'm going to open. Moral of the story, don't open the door for strangers. Not even, like, if you hear your mom's voice and she's out of town, you're done if you open that door. So never open the door while your parents are gone. But, and she said, you want, like, outside my door? Oh, I'm taking the food no matter what! Because I might be hungry. I might be starving. And so, do you want some food? Yeah! Yep, so if you hear your mom at your door and she's not there and you want food, accept the food. Especially when you're hungry. Cause I know I would. I'd take that food. Split second. Be like, that food mine. I'm taking that food. Taking the food. I'd be like, can you leave it at the door? And if they say yeah. Literally, I'm going to open the door. I'm going to lock it back. And I'm going to take the food. And then I'm going to close the door. Yep, did y'all like my scary story? It was nice, right? If y'all didn't like it, y'all are bums. Y'all are bums. So, yep, take food from strangers. Even your mom. Always take food from strangers. Petunia! Aunt Petunia! How's the baby? My question is, who would name their child Petunia? Named after a flower. At least name your child like Daisy or something. Or like Rose. Or like Dandelion. That's a cute name. Yeah, I want my son's name Petunia. Do we have a Petunia? Cauliflower? Like, who wants to be named Petunia Cauliflower? Nobody wants to be named that, bro. Especially if it's a boy. Petunia! I ain't naming my child Petunia. I'll name them like Daisy or Dandelion, because like those names are good names. Auntie Petunia. Oh, you scared me. Oh my gosh. Jump scare. How? Cry, cry, cry. Who left? Petunia! Muscle fusion. Pinky. Ow! I just hit my headset. Moral of the story, don't name your child Petunia. Yo, my stomach hurt. That means I gotta fart.